Well, I am just starting my chili tomato sauce. I make just chili sauce and chili and tomato. Today's chili and tomato. Got lots of tomatoes, so I'm going to use them. So it'll be a hot chili sauce in a tomato base. And I've already tasted a bit of it because I'm actually 3/4 of the way through. I'm just doing this promo at the start. Watch the video. Anyway, this is how I make it. Last couple of days I've been collecting tomatoes out of the garden and chilies. There's a mixture of chilies, mainly the Thai and fire. So it's going to be a hot chili sauce. And I'll be using a little bit of salt, honey, malt vinegar. That's about 1/4 of a cup of sugar. I just figure that's enough for the amount I've got there. So I'm going to chop all the tomatoes up and the chilies. I'll cook the chilies with a bit of onion and garlic first, and then I'll add the chopped up tomatoes. You don't need to see me chop them up, but I'll show you when they're in the pan. All right, that mixture of chilies from the garden I've cut up. Another one in the fridge from yesterday, one from the day before. So now what I do is I don't bash them, but I actually cut them up with scissors, as you'll see. Takes a while, I'm not in a rush. But eventually you get these down, so you open everything up. That's all you want to do, because you're going to sweat these off in a pan, and you're going to cook them for quite a while. I won't bore you with that. I'll get them cut down, get the big pan out, garlic, some onion, and we'll be away. Put it about medium. And what I'm going to do now, I'll take that out a bit so we can see. Just add some olive oil, probably about 2 tablespoons. Now, to show you quickly, this garlic was just cloves, and I just bashed them with the skins on. I'm not worried because in the end product, I'm going to strain it. There's 1 whole onion and about 7 or 8 cloves of garlic. I'm going to put them in the pot. As soon as garlic hits the pan, that's fantastic. It's honest. Cooking garlic and onions makes you hungry. I'm going to saute these probably about 3 or 4 minutes. Get in there. Just to make them a little bit translucent. And when I come back, as you can see, the skins of the garlic in there, irrelevant. When we blitz them and they'll be strained, there'll be nothing going into the jars. Right, let me do this for 3 or 4 minutes, then I'll add the chilies. All right, they're pretty good. It's a fairly slow cooking process anyway. Here's the chopped up chilies. Want your nostril hairs cleaned out? Come and stand here. Right, again, I'm going to set these probably for 10 or 15 minutes now, just to get them nice and soft and loose. And then I'll add the tomatoes, the vinegar, the sugar, a bit of honey, and a tiny bit of salt. See you in about 10 minutes. Alright, I've got the extractor fan on because I wouldn't be able to be in the kitchen otherwise. So you're going to have to put up with the noise. I'll just talk a little bit louder. Getting there. going to add, I'll get over the top of it, probably about half a cup of malted vinegar. You can use white vinegar if you want it. Now I'm going to add, with the amount of chilies and tomatoes I have, I'm just adding about 1/4 cup of sugar, because I am going to add honey. This is raw sugar. Oh, keep reminding myself not to go over the top of the pot. I don't think I have any hairs in my nose anymore. Right, we're going to let that again. It's going to be cooking about 7 or 8 minutes. We'll leave that another 7 or 8, and then we'll add the tomatoes. We're about 5 minutes further along. Now you will see lots of seeds. Okay, and you know the hottest part of a chili is the white pith inside the chili itself with the seeds. But again, I'm going to blend this and strain this, but those will give me extra heat. This will be quite a hot sauce for sure. Right, they're pretty soft. I'm now going to add all these tomatoes out of our garden. And there's plenty of liquid in here, so I don't need to add any more moisture. Slowly keep an eye on this for the next 20 minutes and get all this reduced down. So you don't need to watch for the next 20 minutes. Just do it by the magic of the camera. Alright, I just added a little bit of salt, but it's just sea salt I'm putting in. I probably put 3 teaspoons worth in. A little bit of cracked black pepper. About another 10 minutes down the line, and we'll be another 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes. I don't rush these things. You see everything's starting to break down. Again, I didn't take the skins off the tomato because we're going to puree, and when we put them through a sieve, they won't go into the sauce. Right, what I'm going to do about this stage is taste it. Yeah. It's about a 7 or 8. It's hot. It's going to be yum though. Anyway, we'll come back 15-20 minutes down the line. We're about 5 minutes further down. I'm now going to add some honey. How much? I reckon about 1/4 cup. That's enough. That's basically the last ingredient that goes in here now. Okay, like I say, another 10 or 15 minutes. We'll come back. Right, we're getting close. Things are starting to break down, as you can see. I reckon another 15 minutes just simmering away. It's looking good. I shall give it another taste. That is really good. It's going to be a good sauce. Again, not quite broken down enough for me. In about 15 minutes, I'll stop cooking. I'll let it cool down probably for about a good hour, and then I'm going to blitz it. So you're not going to see much difference, but in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe, simmering will stop, turn it off, and then we'll process it with the blender, and then put it through the sieve. We'll be back shortly. All right, it's about another 15 minutes down, as you can see. When I was saying it was going to break down, see all the tomatoes have collapsed. We're just about where I want it to be. See all the skins, they're all going to be blitzed. Like I say, when you sieve it, you don't get the seeds and you don't get the skin. I'm happy with that, so what I'm going to do now is turn it off, put the lid on, and I'll come back in about an hour and we'll blitz it. See you then. There's a little bit of heat left in this, but that's okay. Be very careful when you're using one of these sticks. Seriously. Oh, you won't be able to hear me, so I'm not going to talk. You just watch. be about another 3 minutes. I don't think you want to watch it for that long. I'll show you when I'm finished. I'm happy with that. I'm going to show you the consistency. And it's reasonably thick, but when you put it through the sieve and you take out all the seeds and skin, you end up with quite a thick sauce, which is good. Test that. Yum. Okay, just going to give it about another 30 seconds and I'll be done. Right, I'm going to strain it now. We've got these jars which my daughters collect. They're actually called Pressed Earth. It's a fruit juice and they're really cool jars. They're good lids, but we're going to sterilise those. But what I'm going to do now is sieve. Get a bit closer. I don't need to move the camera. Might be better because I've got to get it fairly close so I don't spill crap everywhere. Because my wife's here, she's watching. So just all the process of making it. And now we're going to get to the point we're going to remove all, you might see coming down the bottom there. So we're going to remove all the seeds and the gunk, all the skins. Bit of a process. And I'll keep doing this, but just to show you, that's what we end up with. So let me do the rest of this, and then I'll show you what we've got left, and then we'll jar it up. You see how you sieve it and how that yummy hot chili sauce, well, chili and tomato sauce, comes into play. You can just about, as you can see, you don't get any skin or seeds. Try and get as much of it as you can. There's made quite a lot actually. We should get 4, maybe 5 jars. I don't do anything to plan, so it will be what it will be. Okay, again I'll put the sauce into a jug because it's going to be easier to pour from the jug than it is from the ladle. Just get crap everywhere otherwise. Now I think these jars that I always use, because my daughter saves them for me, are about 500 ml. Okay. Can't read the writing because it's so damn small. But I'm guessing it's about half a litre. So all I'm going to do is fill them up. They've been sterilised. Must be 500 because this jug takes about 500. So there's one. Put the lid on. We'll do the next lot. And my wife's making up some labels to see what they look like when they're finished. Clever enough to do the labels. And that's my hot sauce for this month. I'll have more chilies definitely next month and in January, February. End up making 5 tall jars. A fat jar and half a fat jar. So that's it. That's my homemade chili and tomato sauce. So if you have been, thanks for watching.